if you're the kind of golfer that struggles with getting a downward angle of attack, compressing that golf ball, de-lofting the club, then I think this is going to be for you. I had a pupil in last week, Phil, who, great guy, great player, been coming to me for a while, over a few years, and he's down to 7 handicap, and he rips it, okay? But he'd lost his way a little bit, and came back for a checkup and a reset, and just to find out what is going on. We all need checkups every now and again, and to pave the way moving forward. Well, he brought his GC quad, and he's used to striking his 7-iron, like he can hit it 160, 170, no problem. But he said, I never get a downward angle of attack. He was flying it, he was launching it really high, but he's got high ball speed. And we were improving his movement no end. I mean, he was swinging great, striking it great, and it was all good. But I could see there was a little niggle in his mind. He wanted that angle of attack. He wanted to see 3 down, 4 down, 5 down. He wanted to see those numbers. And we were improving his movement patterns. He was moving into a place where he was shifting into his lead side, but he couldn't get that angle of attack. Because what changed everything was this. This changed everything. The ramp. Well, it moves the body into a certain place. And when I say body, I mean the arms and the club. This is part of your body when you're swinging. It's moving this with you. Because what Phil was doing, he was very aware of this aspect of his swing here, this part of the arc. He got no problem feeling what it's like to get down there, steep there, but he couldn't do it because he didn't have an appreciation for what the arc's like here. He was living in this space, but the angle that the club's travelling on in terms of the arc was too shallow. It wasn't steep enough. He was focusing on this area, this phase of the swing, and trying to get steep here. But the problem was, and it always is, it's never where you think it is, where you're focusing. That's just the product of something else. That's the result of something that's happening way earlier. And then way earlier than that, and way earlier than that. It's like this is a chain. He wasn't appreciating where his club was in space relative to him, and the orientation of that relative to him, and the swinging, the dynamics of it. And he even said, I never feel the club head. I can't feel the club head. I can't sense it. This changed everything because this constraint gave him an awareness, an appreciation of where he was, not just with his body. We're going to say the club is part of the body here now, but where the club is in this area. And this enabled him to use his body the way we've been training, move it into that space left, load lead side, left side for him, right-hander, push off. And as he was pushing off, for most people, if they're coming in shallow and you push off, it's going to get more shallow. It's going to accentuate that. But not with this exercise, because to avoid the ramp, he had to shift, push off, and he started to recognize how he would release these levers, which resulted in the arc. So what this is actually doing, it's retaining that lag. But not in a contrived, deliberate way, just to avoid this. And that's such a key constraint to enable the body, to encourage the body to shift and release later. And his angle of attack went to 4 down, 5 down, 6 down, even probably too much. But he was able now to recognize it, and he had something to start to attune himself to. He could reference where he was, and he went, I can feel it now. I can feel the club. Because he could sense it in this part of the arc. he could feel this. Therefore, his angle of attack started to become recognisable in different spaces, not just near the ball, not just here. He could feel what it was like to do it here, and that's so important. We've just run an amazing first GRF golf school with Mind Factor, Carl Morris, one of the world's leading performance coaches, at an amazing place, 2-day golf school. It's been fantastic at West Arts, hasn't it?
Yeah, great 2 days, wonderful location, incredible weather, a really good group. It's been a special couple of days.
And myself and the team are going to be coming out to Utah. GRF Golf's coming to America. Got spaces available at our golf schools. And if you'd like to experience GRF Golf School, we'd love to see you there to help transform your game. And it's something, Carl, you've seen firsthand over the last 2 days, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been involved in golf for an awful long time now, 30 odd years, coaching at the sort of thick end of things. And I have to say, the 2 days I've spent here with Marcus and his team, it's just blown me away. It's a fantastic, life-changing, golf-changing experience where you'll spend time with this guy and you'll explore elements of the game that you've perhaps not done before. But above anything else, what I think you'll get from coming for the school with Marcus is you'll get a sense of what could be truly possible with your golf in the future. To me, it's really exciting that you could put a lot of patterns that have held you back for so long, explore some of your ideas and really start to play a game that perhaps at the moment you could only dream of. It's a very, very special 2 days.
Thanks, Carl. That means so much. That's a ringing endorsement. Very, very excited to come out and share this with you guys. So if you're interested, follow all the links. You can book in. There's some spaces still available, so jump in quick, and we look forward to seeing you in Utah. So we started off with just like 3/4 shots. I've got a 7-iron, just a narrow stance, and allowing myself to just swing back and down, just avoiding the ramp. Now, I've placed the ball here about 6 inches forward of the ramp. The ramp, I've used 2 balance pads. You can play around with the steepness of this, and I suggest you do. The key to this is variability. I would use a piece of cardboard so that if you hit it, you're not going to hurt yourself or damage your club. And you can change the steepness. You can start to change the steepness of it. Maybe with a wedge. And you can appreciate the upward aspect of the swing with a wedge. Or shallower. I've got the 7-iron. And if you find you're catching this on the way back, then, and you're 6 inches away or even further away, give yourself a little bit more room. This is only to give us spatial awareness. It's a reference to recognise where we are in space. It's just another reference point. Apart from the ball and just where we think we are, we've actually got something here to avoid. And this could happen in real life. This could be something behind the golf ball that we need to avoid. So there's real life circumstances here, situations that could present themselves. It's a real life scenario. And what it's also enabling me to appreciate is I don't need to take the club back long, low and slow. If you see these exercises pushing the ball back, things like this, yes, you might see some of the top players do it, but they can play golf anyway, and they organise themselves so efficiently in the motion. It might be for a certain purpose, but they're redirecting the focus onto something else, and it might give them a feel. But these guys have been doing it all their lives. They've tried everything pretty much. They've been around the block, and they can move in a way that is not relatable to us. And they're instinctive. They start to move and organise themselves so efficiently and very quickly. So we can be trying to copy these things, but in what we're actually doing is making life harder, because if we think about a one-piece takeaway and take it back low and slow, we're going to hit this, and this might just be making life harder. low and slow could take us into this place where we're just hitting a dead end around the body here, too much on the inside. Now I've got a lift. Now I've got tension. Not actually using my body in a very efficient way to swing the swing weight. And allowing my body to then rotate to swing the swing weight around and shallow the swing out naturally through rotation. Most of us are using all that rotation too early. It's not a takeaway video, this, okay? I like to call it a swing away, really. It's not a takeaway. The club's reacting, it's swinging, but that's another video. But this will help that move away from the ball because it's going to enable you to appreciate the steepness of the arc as you take it back too. And what gives us the depth perspective to our swing is the rotation, but we're not using our rotation early. That takes us into this place. We're swinging up and then the rotation of the body, the horizontal rotation kicks in and takes us around as we're starting as well to shift back to the target. The shift to the target is all important. That's going to allow us to rotate freely because the forces we're creating allow the body to rotate with momentum in this direction as we shift this way. And now I'm in a great place because I can avoid this. So I caught it on the backswing. It might be too steep for a 7-iron. That's fine. It's practice. I'm going to try it and avoid it again. Yeah, I was a bit too shallow, I think. Maybe a bit too close too. I'm going to move a bit further away. There are no hard and fast rules for this, guys. This is just variability of practice, which is allowing us to attune ourselves to our environment and to our motion. So we're going to make it shallower in a minute, but I'm going extreme first. And that felt quite extreme, quite difficult to swing up. So I'm going to make it a bit shallower. Which is more in keeping with a slightly longer club like a 7-iron as opposed to a wedge. So now, much easier, but now it's giving me a sense of where I am relative to this. I can feel the distance between me and this ramp. I can feel if the distance is greater or less. Just 3/4 swings, avoiding this. A little bit closer now. Oh, that felt good. That felt good. It's also encouraging me to swing up, as I mentioned, not in and round and into this space where I'm kind of stuck. So here, this is going to encourage us to swing on a more upward angle, use this space, and then use your body to rotate as a product of you pushing. It's encouraging me to push this way. So what we're going to do to miss this, we're going to take a step forward. We're going to do a step drill. Now, I suggest you give yourself some room. You use the shallow kind of version of this. I've used a couple of balance pads, but I'm going to get some comments, I know, about how big this is, how long, exactly the measurement, exactly how high. There's no, like I say, there's no fixed measurements, no fixed rules to this. You're going to change it up and down. You're going to move the ball a bit further away, a bit closer. You're going to play around with these variables because ultimately we have to adapt. We've got to find where we feel the most comfortable. You are going to find this because otherwise you're going to feel stuck with the body. You're going to be hitting this thing. You're not going to get that angle of attack. But you will adapt quick like Phil did. So here, we're going to start 6 inches away. So roughly 1/2 foot. I'm going to go just about there. Maybe give myself a little bit extra. There's a bit of a ridge here. Ideally, if you've got a piece of cardboard, it'd just sit pretty flush to the floor. I'm going to give myself a little bit. With Phil, we started 1 foot away. You can go 1 foot if you like. Then go to 6 inches, then back to 1 foot. It's not about trying to get as close to this as possible and make life as hard as possible. It's just about, this is just changing our environment to give us some awareness of where we are within that environment. So even a foot away is fine. And taking my stance, I'm going to bring my lead foot to centre, and we're going to do a lead foot exercise. And notice where this club goes. Goes up, avoids the ramp. I could actually bring that 6 inches roughly, half a foot, there, as in a foot length, 12 inch roughly. And with that step drill, I'm avoiding it still. Because I'm exaggerating this somewhat. I'm exaggerating the steepness, which is a place where we probably never experience. And that's a good thing. We've got to take ourselves to the edge. And I'm going to give myself a little bit more space. You'll start to recognise it through hitting a few shots. Experientially, you're going to start to adjust it. But now I can take a step, half a step, and I'm going to step at the same time I swing the club back, or as close as I possibly can. So simultaneous step with the club. You're going to find your backswing's a bit restricted because you haven't got the momentum from that initial push and swing. You're going straight into a lead side and dropping naturally. So it's going to restrict your backswing. Accept that. It's probably going to be like a 3/4 swing. It's just an exercise to appreciate space and appreciate body movement, appreciate the reaction of the club. I just caught it, no problem. Gonna go again. Yeah, yeah. So I feel that 3/4 swing. Yes. You can start to feel that already. So if you're the kind of player that's striking thin all the time, this is gold for you. To get that strike further up the face, a sweeter strike, better compression, hitting that central percussion, better feeling, more ball speed, all those good things. But experiencing how much more up it's got to be with the club as you go left. And then you can push off, and it's encouraging now, the push off, not going there in that video, but now you're loading the system, ready to fire. So guys, explore the steepness, explore the distance away from the ramp, explore different clubs, a wedge, 7-iron. Don't really go into the driver and longer clubs with this. We don't want to be going too steep. We do need to be a lot steeper than you think with the long clubs, because we're actually moving forward. This is not all about just getting steep. This is about shifting you forward and maintaining the lagged lever system, not holding it firm. Just, there's no tension still. It's just awareness, spatial awareness, which enables the arms to stay relaxed, reacting to the body, using the swing weight in response to the pivot action of the body. And we're shifting the system. That's what we're doing. We're recognizing how to shift the system in space to get the most optimal, if you like, delivery of the club for the release. So it's giving us, it's really heightening our awareness of where we are in this space with the club. And that's enabling this to function with this as a whole, but in a sequenced fashion. So guys, hope you've enjoyed this. Drop your comments below. Let me know how you get on. Please like, subscribe if you haven't. Share this video. Let's help the golfing community on a much wider scale. Let's help everyone get better. And I'm sure this is going to present a few challenges, but I'm sure it's going to help you get that strike. Good luck with it, guys. Enjoy, and see you soon.